Hello everyone, how are you doing? I wanted to come on here in the Facebook group and on my personal page and just, there's a couple topics that have been just kind of in my discussions with my clients, and I've also seen some other posts online, and they're just near and dear to my heart. And they're things that I really wish that I had known when I first started. When I first started in the online world, about 4 years ago, I was actually working part-time or working full-time as a project manager, and I was trying to grow my business on a part-time basis. And what I found was that it was a bit of a challenge. As much as I had, and I was fortunate at the time, I didn't have a lot of other distractions. My kids had just moved out of the house and went away to college. I was in a relationship, but he was very supportive of my business. And yet it was still a bit of a challenge to really try to balance that. I'm working 40 plus hours at my 9-to-5 job. I'm trying to grow this business. How do I stay visible online? Everybody else is doing things during the day and I'm stuck at a 9-to-5, and I had all this mindset gunk that really was holding me back. And what I have found that really helped me break through to that next level, to being able to recognize that how to use my time efficiently, I guess, is what it really boiled down to. In other words, I was showing up online, but not in a very effective manner. My messaging was not always 100%. As I go back and look, Facebook's really good with giving us those reminders and everything. And as I look back 4 years ago, it's like, oh my God. Well, not only was it just that I wasn't reaching out to the right people, I wasn't engaged in the right programs, and I didn't have the mentorship of a coach or a mastermind group. I was trying to do it all on my own. And no wonder I was like wearing myself out and getting discouraged along the way. It's like I'm doing all these things that I see everybody else doing, and I'm not getting the income. So once I really identified the fact that it's like, okay, there's got to be something more. I have my MBA, I'm a business person, and I am not able to crack the code, so to speak, on how to have a successful online business. And I finally broke down and hired a one-on-one coach. And for me, that was the difference. Now, this was a couple years ago. It was about 2.5 years ago. And I also joined a mastermind at the same time too. And at the time, it was a stretch for me to make the investment. It was a stretch for me to put out that kind of money every month. And it was actually at a different price point than what is sort of the norm right now. So one of the things that I am really passionate about is allowing women the opportunity, the ones that have the drive, that have the momentum, that know they've got something, and they really just need that ongoing support, but they may not be able to afford to invest in one-on-one coaching, is a mastermind group. Now, a mastermind group, as is commonly known, is typically a group. It's sometimes small, but it doesn't have to be. I prefer to keep the masterminds that I run on a smaller basis because it gives that intimate connection. And a mastermind group is different than a program, because I'm sure a lot of you have already taken programs, and I have too. But you take this program that's really focused on a certain topic, like how to grow your Facebook ads or market, or how to, grow Instagram, or how to put together your content and marketing. It's like all the programs, how to grow your business financially, how to break through the mindsets, how to step into your divine feminine leadership, all these different bits and pieces. While all of those are good, those of you that are starting out, that are really trying to get to that next level, it really gets to be a bit challenging because you've got all these bits and pieces and you don't know how to put it together. You don't know how to make it custom for you. And that's exactly where I was at 2.5 years ago. It's like I had all the knowledge, I knew the systems, but I didn't understand the flow. I didn't understand how this piece worked with this piece. And I heard all the terms and funnels and sales pages and this and that, but it was like, it was too overwhelming for me, especially while I was working in a 9-to-5, to try to devote the time to doing it. And I will tell you this, since I left my 9-to-5 job in March of 2019, and I have more time available, a lot of those tasks still are overwhelming. And that's why I'm fortunate enough that I have a VA that does a lot of this background work. Because it's hard, even when you know what you're doing, it is something that we only have so much capacity. And so it's then a matter of you stepping into your zone of genius. Where is your zone of genius? So a mastermind group, which I'm really considering it as a sisterhood. And the reason I consider it a sisterhood is because in this type of format and in this type of container, we become very intimate with each other. We're there to support each other in all areas of our life, our personal life, our business life, but more importantly, we're there to share that connection of women supporting women. And so it's a sisterhood. The name of my sisterhood that is starting in March, towards the end of March, is called Acceleration. Very similar to a mastermind, but I'm really, really upping the game. I'm really taking it to that next level. And what it's going to include is there's going to be bi-weekly industry experts that are going to come in and talk with us as a group, talk with us as a collective, answer our specific questions for our specific business, for your specific business, and you'll be able to talk to these industry experts and get firsthand knowledge from them. And then in between, so every other of the bi-weekly is going to be a group gathering. And we're going to share our ups, we're going to share our downs, we're going to share our challenges, we're going to ask for help, ask for support. One of the beautiful pieces of a mastermind that, and I've been in masterminds pretty much, except for maybe a 3-month gap, for the last 2.5 years, is I love the fact that there are so many different women involved in so many different aspects of business. For example, we tend to get into this mindset that you can only have an online business hi Yolanda, you can only have an online business if you're a coach. And I gotta tell you, the masterminds that I've been in, it's been really refreshing because I'm able to connect with other women who are in other industries. Not necessarily, some of them, excuse me, some are selling products, but some of them are selling other services that aren't related to coaching. And so it's super awesome to have this container of women, to have this sisterhood where you can get a different perspective from the other women in the group and recognize that either your challenges are the same, which helps you figure out that it's not something you're doing wrong, it's just the nature of the industry or the nature of being online, but you can also get someone else's perspective that might be something that aligns with you. Because I know it's very, very tempting when you're in the online world to look at what everybody else is doing, see what you perceive to be their success, and then try to copy what they're doing. And I don't mean copy as in plagiarizing copying. I just mean you try to, like maybe, someone is very successful and they, dance in each of their live streams. But if that's not you, you're not gonna be able to pull it off. The thing that really draws your clients into you and draws them in as far as your ideal clients is you being authentically you. You building up that relationship and that rapport, letting them get to see who you are, not only from the business perspective, but what do you do in your life? And what kind of life do you have? Because ideally we want to align with women that have the same energy, have the same motivation, and have the same similar goals as far as being successful in our choice of business and having that lifestyle that we all desire. And that right there is different. I mean, you may desire, X number of dollars in your bank account every month, whereas someone desires to really travel the world. So we're all very unique, and that's why a sisterhood like acceleration is going to be so powerful, because not only are we networking and bringing in other industry experts for the benefit of the group, but you are able to get a network within the group and also gain from their experiences, gain from their challenges, gain from their, what have they found that works that didn't work. Some people, we can have a discussion, and this is what goes on in some of the masterminds that I've been in. It's like something as simple as, how does someone do PayPal versus Stripe? And you'll get, some input. And everyone will have a different perspective. And especially if you're trying to be an international business and you have clients in Europe and you have clients in Canada, there's different laws and rules and regulations that we can all benefit from. So Acceleration is a 4-month mastermind sisterhood commitment. It's going to start at the end of March, and I'm limiting it to 8 people. I've got a couple of the spots already spoken for. And I'm being very selective because I want this, again, I'm designing this and pricing this so that it is available to those of you that are, maybe you've been in business for a year and you really want to get to that next level. You really want to crack earning more than $2,000 or $3,000 a month. You want to get up into the $8,000 range. And this program will not only show you how you can do that, but it is collectively going to escalate you into 5-figure months if that's what you choose to do and choose to devote the aligned effort to get there within the 4-month period. And we're going to talk about, I'm there 24/7 basically. So I'm there to facilitate. I'm there to give you my resources. We're going to talk about podcasting. We're going to talk about marketing, branding. And we're going to talk about finances. I have a lot of really key guest experts that are going to come in and fill in that higher perspective. So it shows you what is possible, because that is how we escalate. We escalate collectively as a group through the energy of surrounding ourselves with like-minded individuals, knowing that we can go into this container and just kind of say, God, I've had the crappiest day, and know that you can get the support, and yet know that you'll also get the motivation to move forward. Not competitively, but just from collectively. Like, you know what? She's doing it. I can do this. And we reset our mindset, because our mindset is what really trips us up more often. And maybe your surroundings, maybe your spouse, maybe your kids, maybe your family members are not super supportive of what you're doing. And that tends to drag you down. It brings your energy level down. Knowing that you can go into this collective sisterhood of women will allow you to keep yourself higher vibe, keep yourself in the happiness and joy. And that's how you start manifesting. So I really wish that I had this opportunity and realization 4 years ago when I started out, instead of waiting so long. And I know that for me personally, my passion is collaborating with other women and joining forces to create a bigger impact. Because when we show up and be of service and want to better the lives of other women, that's how the money comes. It's not about how much money can you make. Money is just an energetic measurement that we use. It sets the bar, but the reality is when you let go of that and you trust in your message, you trust in showing up, and you trust that you're reaching the right aligned clients, that they will find you and hear your message, that's when the magic happens, and that's when the flow happens. And that's when you're co-partnering with the universe or source or God, whatever you recognize as a force greater than yourself. So those were just some things I really wanted to share. The other piece to that was just being visible. I did a post, I think yesterday, on this about being visible. You've got to be visible, and you've got to be consistent with being visible. And again, if you're in a 9-to-5 and you're struggling with that, there really are a lot of strategies you can use to maximize your visibility and minimize the amount of time that you need in your limited hours of trying to keep up with family and spouse and social life and working another, full-time job. There are ways to do this. I've successfully done it. I'm willing to share with you what worked for me, design something that really is custom for you and your specific needs, let's chat. Reach out to me. I have 90-minute intensives available. I have 4-hour VIP days that we can do. I have one-on-one coaching. I've got a couple other programs I'm launching this week, and there's Acceleration, the Sisterhood. Which is the Mastermind, as I'm calling it. So please reach out to me. I am here to serve you. I am here to help you. I want to see you be successful. I know how challenging it can be. I know how sort of self-defeating it can be to see everybody having successes that we perceive as success, and let it affect our mindset and let us affect our energy. And I want to be the cheerleader for you. So reach out to me. I hope you're having an awesome day. Bye.